Senators get their first crack at Loretta Lynch, President Obama's nominee to be the new Attorney General. In her opening statement, she laid out her vision. Listen.
Should I be confirmed as Attorney General, my highest priorities will continue to be to ensure the safety of all of our citizens, to protect the most vulnerable among us from crime and abuse, and to strengthen the vital relationships between America's brave law enforcement officers and the communities they are entrusted to serve.
Let's bring in Tom Bevan, executive editor of Real Clear Politics. So Loretta Lynch would replace Eric Holder, assuming she is confirmed. Is she Holder 2.0, or is she something completely different?
Well, she's going to present herself most definitely not as Holder 2.0. She mentioned that in her opening statement, and look, she's gonna try and carefully thread the needle on some of these issues. The Republicans, they despised Eric Holder across a host of issues, from Fast and Furious, but most recently over Obama's executive action on immigration. Loretta Lynch will defend Obama's position as within the Constitution, within the legal limits of the presidency, but I think she's going to go out of her way to impart to the senators that she is definitely not Eric Holder 2.0. She's going to be her own person, and I think that's why she'll ultimately win confirmation, I think.
But yeah, Republicans have to be a little bit careful. I mean, they can't be seen as beating her up just because she is the president's nominee. I mean, they're going to probe her for any weaknesses that they think she might have. They're going to try and get some ideas on her view of her role as Attorney General, but they can't be seen as beating her up, right?
Right. I mean, she's going to face some tough questions, but I think it's going to be done in a way that doesn't appear as coming across as bullying or too tough on her. And that's why we've already had a couple Republicans, Senator Vitter, who sits on the committee, said he's not going to vote for her. Some others have said that they are looking at red flags. But ultimately, I haven't gotten any indication from anything that I've seen or read or heard that her nomination is in any jeopardy. So she'll face some tough questions. And she'll try and, I think, carefully thread those needles and give answers that will win her confirmation without, obviously, alienating the administration or making any headlines that are going to present bad news for the Obama administration.
And for the senators, this brings up an opportunity to make the points about Eric Holder's stewardship of the Justice Department that they don't like.
Right. They have, as you know, John, Republicans really have been at odds with Holder, again, across a host of issues throughout his entire tenure. I think they're happy to see him go. I would think they want to impart to this nominee those frustrations that they had with the previous Attorney General, and sort of lay down those markers, if you will, so that they can perhaps move forward with a new nominee, a new Attorney General on a better footing.
So on that other hearing we were talking about, Douglas Elmendorf, the head of the Congressional Budget Office, is going to be talking about to the Senate Budget Committee about the economic outlook for the country. What are we expecting to hear from him?
Well, it's a good news, bad news thing. The CBO has declared that the budget deficit is down to $468 billion, which is the lowest that it's been since Obama's presidency. They project that unemployment is going to continue to decrease in the coming years. They also project that, I think, 12 million fewer Americans are uninsured, which they attribute to the Affordable Care Act. So that's all good news, which the administration is touting, and Democrats will certainly point out. The bad news, which Republicans are going to highlight, is the fact that after about 2017, the deficit starts to go back up significantly into the foreseeable future. And Republicans will point out that despite this dip in the deficit, that there are still structural issues out there regarding entitlement reform, and that need to be addressed, and that this president hasn't done that. So both sides are going to have something in this report to highlight and to make their case.
And very quickly, the Obama administration is looking to spend more money, right? A budget increase?
Right. I mean, the president's going to submit his new budget to the Republican-controlled Congress next week, and we already have indications that he's going to be seeking about a 7% overall budget increase, including increases for some defense spending, for some health care-related stuff. So it's teeing up a big fight with this incoming Republican Congress starting next week.
And one fight the administration apparently has backed off on was the plan to tax those 529 college savings plans that had been tax-free in their previous in their current setup. The president was going to boost the taxes on those. He's apparently decided to back off of that after getting an earful from Democrats. Tom Bevan, man alive, I can't speak this morning. Tom, thank you.